Welcome to Islamic Thought, your premier destination for exploring the depths of Islamic teachings, philosophy, and history. Our channel offers a wealth of content, from Quranic exegesis and Hadith studies to contemporary issues viewed through an Islamic lens. Surah Baqarah Ayat No 211-240. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. Are they waiting for anything but that Allah should come to them in the coverings of the clouds with angels, and the matter be decided, and to Allah do all things return? Ask of the children of Israel how many clear signs we gave them. But whoso changes the gift of Allah after it has come to him, surely, then, Allah is severe in punishing. The life of this world is made to appear attractive to those who disbelieve, and they scoff at those who believe. But those who fear God shall be above them on the day of resurrection, and Allah bestows His gifts on whomsoever He pleases without reckoning. Mankind were one community, then they differed among themselves. So Allah raised prophets as bearers of good tidings and as waymers, and sent down with them the book containing the truth, that He might judge between the people wherein they differed. But now they began to differ about the book, and none differed about it except those to whom it was given, after clear signs had come to them, out of envy towards one another. Now has Allah, by His command, guided the believers to the truth in regard to which they the unbelievers differed, and Allah guides whomsoever He pleases to the right path. Do you think that you will enter heaven while there has not come over you the condition of those who passed away before you? Poverty and afflictions befell them, and they were violently shaken until the messenger, and those who believed along with him said, When will come the help of Allah? Yea, surely the help of Allah is nigh. They ask thee what they shall spend. Say, whatever of good and abundant wealth you spend should be for parents, and near relatives and orphans, and the needy and the wayfarer. And whatever good you do, surely Allah knows it well. Fighting is ordained for you, though it is repugnant to you, but it may be that you dislike a thing while it is good for you, and it may be that you like a thing while it is bad for you. Allah knows all things, and you know not. They ask thee about fighting in the sacred month. Say, fighting therein is a great transgression, but to hinder men from the way of Allah, and to be ungrateful to Him, and to hinder men from the sacred mosque, and to turn out its people therefrom, is a greater sin with Allah, and persecution is worse than killing, and they will not cease fighting you until they turn you back from your faith, if they can. And whoso from among you turns back from his faith and dies, while he is a disbeliever, it is they whose works shall be vain in this world and the next. These are the inmates of the fire, and therein shall they abide. Those who believe and those who emigrate and strive hard in the cause of Allah, it is these who hope for Allah's mercy, and Allah one's most forgiving, merciful. They ask thee concerning wine and the game of hazard. Say, in both there is great sin, and also some advantages for men, but their sin is greater than their advantage. And they ask thee what they should spend. Say, what you can spare. Thus does Allah make His commandments clear to you, that you may reflect upon this world and the next. And they ask thee concerning the orphans. Say, promotion of their welfare is an act of great goodness, and if you intermix with them, they are your brethren, and Allah knows the mischief maker from the reformer. And if Allah had so willed, He would have put you to hardship. Surely, Allah is mighty, wise. And marry not idolatrous women until they believe. Even a believing bondwoman is better than an idolatress, although she may highly please you. And give not believing women in marriage to idolaters until they believe. Even a believing slave is better than an idolater, although he may highly please you. These call to the fire, but Allah calls to heaven and to forgiveness by His command, and He makes His signs clear to the people that they may remember. And they ask thee concerning menstruation. Say, it is a harmful thing, so keep away from women during menstruation, and go not in unto them until they are clean. But when they have cleansed themselves, go in unto them as Allah has commanded you. Allah loves those who come to Him, and loves those who keep themselves clean. Your wives are a tilth for you, so approach your tilth when and how you like and send ahead some good for yourselves. And fear Allah and know that you shall meet Him, and give good tidings to those who obey. And make not Allah a target for your oaths, that you may thereby abstain from doing good and acting righteously and making peace between men. And Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Allah will not call you to account for such of your oaths as are vain, but He will call you to account for what your hearts have earned, and Allah one's most forgiving, forbearing. For those who vow abstinence from their wives, the maximum period of waiting is 4 months. Then if they go back from the vow, surely Allah is most forgiving, merciful. And if they decide upon divorce, then surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. And the divorced women shall wait concerning themselves for 3 courses, and it is not lawful for them that they conceal what Allah has created in their wombs, if they believe in Allah and the last day. And their husbands have the greater right to take them back during that period, provided they desire reconciliation. And they, the women, have rights similar to those of men over them in equity, but men have a rank above them, and Allah is mighty, wise. Such divorce may be pronounced twice. Then either retain them in a becoming manner or send them away with kindness. And it is not lawful for you that you take anything of what you have given them your wives, unless both fear that they cannot observe the limits prescribed by Allah. But if you fear that they cannot observe the limits prescribed by Allah, then it shall be no sin for either of them in what she gives to get her freedom. These are the limits prescribed by Allah, so transgress them not. And whoso transgresses the limits prescribed by Allah, it is they that are the wrongdoers. And if he divorce her the 3rd time, then she is not lawful for him thereafter, until she marries another husband. And if he also divorce her, then it shall be no sin for them to return to each other, provided they are sure that they would be able to observe the limits prescribed by Allah. And these are the limits prescribed by Allah, which He makes clear to the people who have knowledge. And when you divorce your wives, and they approach the end of their appointed period, then either retain them in a becoming manner, or send them away in a becoming manner, but retain them not wrongfully, so that you may transgress. And whoso does that surely wrongs his own soul. And do not make a jest of the commandments of Allah, and remember the favor of Allah upon you, and the book and the wisdom which He has sent down to you, whereby He exhorts you. And fear Allah and know that Allah knows all things well. And when you divorce women, and they reach the end of their period, prevent them not from marrying their husbands, if they agree between themselves in a decent manner. This one as an admonition for him among you who believes in Allah and the last day. It is more blessed for you and purer, and Allah knows, but you do not know. And mothers shall give suck to their children for 2 whole years. This is for those who desire to complete the suckling. And the man to whom the child belongs shall be responsible for the mother's food and clothing according to usage. No soul is burdened beyond its capacity. The mother shall not make the father suffer on account of her child, nor shall he to whom the child belongs make the mother suffer on account of his child. And the same is incumbent on the heir, if they both decide upon weaning the child by mutual consent and consultation. There is no blame on them. And if you desire to engage a wet nurse for your children, there shall be no blame on you, provided you pay what you have agreed to pay, in a fair manner. And fear Allah and know that Allah sees what you do. And those of you who die and leave wives behind, these wives shall wait concerning themselves 4 months and 10 days. And when they have reached the end of their period, no sin shall lie on you in anything that they do with regard to themselves according to what is fair. And Allah is aware of what you do. And there shall be no blame on you in throwing out a hint regarding a proposal of marriage to these women, or in keeping the desire hidden in your minds. Allah knows that you will think of them in this connection. But make not a contract with them in secret, except that you say a fair word, and resolve not on the marriage tie until the prescribed period reaches its end. And know that Allah knows what is in your minds, so beware of it. And know that Allah is most forgiving, forbearing. It shall be no sin for you if you divorce women while you have not touched them, nor settled for them a dowry. but provide for them the rich man according to his means, and the poor man according to his means of provision in a becoming manner, an obligation upon the virtuous. And if you divorce them before you have touched them, but have settled for them a dowry, then half of what you have settled shall be due from you, unless they remit, or he, in whose hand is the tie of marriage, should remit, and that you should remit is nearer to righteousness. And do not forget to do good to one another. Surely, Allah sees what you do. Watch over prayers, and the middle prayer, and stand before Allah submissively. If you are in a state of fear, then say your prayer on foot or riding. But when you are safe, remember Allah as He has taught you that which you did not know. Don't miss out on our latest videos that dive deep into Islamic teachings and philosophy. Subscribe to Islamic Thought now. Join our community and enrich your knowledge with engaging content tailored for your spiritual growth.